Because what Ishmael did by laughing and looking down on Isaac when he should have been happy that he have a brother, but he was not, because pride, disrespect, and despise is what he has learned from his mother. And that landed him to never to live as a son with Abraham again. What are we teaching our children? May the Lord help us in Jesus' name. We should not be envious. What is not our, we should not be envious. And when you don't have the spirit of envy in you, your children, they will not inherit it. We should know our limits. We should seek to know the mind of God in every issues of our life, so not to take the wrong steps and offend and incur the wrath of God. We should be very careful to not incur the wrath of God. In our lives, we should at least pray. We should try to find out what is the will of God for us. We should take our mistakes to God for correction when we discover them. We should do well at all times of our lives so we can obtain what's us a place in the heart of God. For God will never cast away the righteous. So we should live well, okay? We should live well. Because the life we live, we have a way of affecting our children. If you're a mother with a spirit of jealousy, your children will learn that jealousy. If you're a mother with a bad mouth, you have a bad mouth, you have a bad heart, your children, they will inherit it. I'm telling you. And later you saying they did not, it's not me they look like, it's not me. It's a lie. They look like you. I'm telling you, most times they look like you. So be careful the way you live. Okay? Be very, very careful. It is very important. I was with a family one time. The way the little daughter of this person, of this lady, was behaving, I looked at the daughter, I looked at the lady, there was no difference. There was no difference. But she wouldn't accept it. And even at that point, she was not seeing her daughter to have bad manners. Then I found that everything that this daughter was like her, because she is also a mother that she will never tell you sorry when she's wrong. She will never apologize to you. She feels the only one she owns an apology is her husband. So if you're another person, she doesn't feel she should she should apologize to you. Rather, she will bend it. She will look for ways to bend the thing to justify herself. And the little daughter of just 4 years old was already practicing the same act. The little daughter of that 4 years old was already learning to say, go to your house, don't stay in our house, go to your house. And that thing was in her mother. The mother was like that. She felt that this is my house. Please, I don't need anybody to come and correct me, to come and teach me, or to tell me anything, or to, that is her nature. That is her kind of a person. And the child was already learning it. And I took time to study them. I didn't stay up to 3 weeks. I didn't stay up to 1 month with them. I didn't stay up to, and I have to sit the little girl down. I told her, say, look, you don't say that, okay? Don't say that. Don't you go to people's house? Don't you know you too someday can go to other person's house? Baffle me most time is when children are doing this thing, we'll say they are kids. Please start knowing you yourself from there, that you have failed, that you have this thing, and begin to deal with it instantly. Else, they will take it after you. If you're a parent that doesn't know how to apologize when you are wrong, your kids will take it after you. They will take it after you. The first 2 words my son learned to say was, I am sorry and thank you when you give him something. He was very young. and still very young. And the teachers, they will always tell my husband when he goes to pick him, sometimes they will tell me, they were like, he when you give him something, he know how to say thank you. And he know how to tell his friends not to do something. When they are going somewhere, he tell them, no, you don't do that. No, Ficos. Because he has learned it. Because I always tell him that. His dad will always tell him that. He learned to say thank you. He learns to say sorry. And my husband does that. I do that. When we are wrong, we learn to say sorry to one another. Your children will pick it. I'm not always here to tell you about my family or try to tell you that I am one of the best mother. My husband is one of the best. It's a lie. We are just learning, and I'm just want us to keep learning. And every day I learn from people as well. There are also some attitude I will notice in him. I will just follow up very fast. Then I'll settle down to look very well. Is it me? Is it the father? Because if not, they pick things they see you doing. If they don't pick it from you, even when they go to pick it from outside, let me tell you, it will not last in them. I'm telling you. And once they pick it outside, when they come, when you talk to them, they will tell you the person that is doing that thing they pick it from, their friend that is doing that. And then you'll be able to correct it. But if you yourself, you have it, you will find it hard to do it, because the time is going to tell you, Mama, you said we should not do this thing, but you are doing it. And you see, like I said before, if I must say anything, if you know my dad, if people that know my dad, if they stay with me 1 minute, 1 second, they'll just say, Ofure, you look too much like your dad, Sha. And I'll be like, you are not wrong. And that is the truth. My dad, I always have that to say. Till he's dead, as an old man, as you know, my dad can never feel, too big to apologize to you. When he feels you are wrong, he offended you, or that he did something bad to you, or that he makes you feel bad, or let alone you come and say, Papa, I didn't like what you did to me. Oh, instantly my dad was, oh, Daddy, I am sorry. That didn't mean to hurt you. Then he will explain. My dad doesn't know how to feel pompous, to say sorry, when not to apologize to his children. He does not do that, like make us to feel, since I'm the father, so when you do something, shut up, I am your father. My father never brought us up like that. And only one of my brother that wanted to start having that habit. Every time I point it, I'll tell him, come, this thing, you know where you carry ammo. You didn't take it from my father. I will be, when I'm talking, he will be looking at me. I say, no, this thing is not from my father. It's not from our family. Only God know. Now you know where you go carry him. And that is true. Only him one, I noticed it. Then what about the side of my mother? My mother, I'm not here to like spoil my family to you, no. Let me don't go there. Or try to tell you that my family is the best. No, like I said. Some parents cannot tell you, I am sorry when they are wrong. But my father never brought us up like that. So we can tell you we are sorry when we offend you, so that peace will reign. Especially me, I am like that. Unless I am not aware that I have offended you. I'm telling you. Once you tell me, Ofure, I didn't like the thing you do. Oh, sorry now, sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean to hurt you. I am sorry. Because it is the best way. So you tell them, you offend me. I beg, how did I offend you? I didn't offend you. I owe you no apology. I owe you, and they will stand with it. And tomorrow you will expect that person to come and be free with you again. It will not work. Outspokenness, I take it from my father. That I can forgive anything today, I took it from my father. I'll forgive you if you truly repent and show it. I'll forgive you. Even if you didn't come and say sorry. Once I notice that you feel remorse at all, I'll forgive you. Even when you didn't show remorse, I'll still forgive you. but I will learn my lesson from it. That is me. I learned. So there is so much I learned from my father, because now you say again, why is your father? I didn't grow up with my mom. Myself and my two brothers. Why my two sisters, they grew up with my mother. Okay, me, the three of us that grew up with my father. If you see the three of us, of my mother's children, we took everything after my father, because I grew up more with my dad. I related more with my dad. So I have so much of my dad in my DNA that you cannot take away. And I'm so shocked many a times, people that stay with me, and mostly they are mostly men, they will look at me, they'll say, Ofure, at least woman, picking, girl child normally takes after the mother. But in your case, you took after your father. Why? And the first time a man told me this thing, I looked at the man like, are you a seer? I told him, why did you say that? He said, please don't even try to deny it. He said, because everything about you is your father. You are just a replica of him. And I look at him, I said, well, you don't know my father. You don't know me. You don't even know anything about me. What makes you think I look like my father? He said, I don't need to know you. I don't need to see your father. I will know your father. He said, you are your father. He said, because it's clear you don't look like your mother. And I said, you're right. Then he said something. He said, then your father must be a very great man. Not just a great man, but a man of integrity. And I would love to meet him. I said, really? He said, yes. And that was somebody with a sound spirit. I said, Jesus, you can see people like this. He was not the first. Different people. And I begin to wonder, like, how do people really see my father in me? And I cannot deny it, because I am a replica of my dad. It's true, I'm a woman. Why? I saw my dad teaching me the things that he was always doing. They will learn from you. And I say more of mother in this video, but the same thing applies to the men, to the fathers. So let's be the first role model of our children. That's why you see many children today, they are wayward, they are this, they are that. Search very well, check their fathers very well. It's only few that you will see that they later got those bad attitude from their peer groups. And in their peer group succeeded because they got it from their peer group, and their parents never take time to culture them and make sure they do away with those attributes or characters. You understand? So what am I saying? Be the kind of a father or the kind of a mother that you will want your children to be tomorrow. Because if you are a father that doesn't care, your child might likely take after you. If you're a mother that doesn't care, your children might likely take after you. And I'm sorry, sometimes I feel like, oh, thank God I grew up more institutional. Thank God I grew up more with my father. I don't know why. Don't be angry, don't crucify me. That all the mommy's babies, mommy's girls, mommy's sons, please don't crucify me. I am daddy's girl, okay? I am daddy's girl because I grew up with my dad. I didn't grow up with my mom. So because somebody one time, some point, somebody asked me, Selfie, is it you don't have mom? I said, no, I have mom. My mom is still alive, please. Oh, I have a mom. Why do you ask that? And she said, because you always my daddy. I have never hear you said my mom. I said, really? I said, no, I have mom and I love my mom. And true, I love my mom. I love my mom, okay? Just I never grew up with my mom. I think I have spent I spent the first 4 years of my life with my mom, and that was all. Does it sound strange to you? Yeah, it will. But that's the fact. I am more of daddy's girl. And anything I am, I learned that from my father. What you learn, what you do, your children will learn. If you are lukewarm somebody, your children, they will learn it from you. So be up and doing. Be up and doing, please, in a very better way for your children, because it is what they see you do that they will do as well. It is not just the words you tell them. If you always talk to them, you always preach to them, and you are not doing it, let me tell you, they will not do it automatically, the preaching you are preaching to them. They will not. And as I'm talking to you, there are some things you will never, if you like, cut off your neck. Ofure will never do it. I'll tell you, my dad never did this. My dad never accepted it. And I tried to cross-check the lifestyle of my father with the scriptures. He tried. Even before he became a Christian, that was how he is. Then when he finally got born again, it was like a walkover for him. So you can be somebody with a good moral backup even when you are not yet a Christian. Okay? So be a mother and a father that when your children stand, they will say, this is exactly she looked just like the mother. She looked just like the father. And they will be proud, because when they say, who is the mother? They now said, so person. Everybody will be happy. Then when you talk, when your children go out and they look at your child, you say, you don't go disgrace me. Sister, that pikin not disgrace you. I'm sorry to say that you are the one that disgrace yourself. Yes, because you didn't take time to work on you. And that's why today I weep for the generations to come. Because you see many yahoo parents, yahoo father, yahoo mother. And many times people that I'm close to, I always tell them, come. Do you know anything you are doing now is what you are telling your children that they should become tomorrow? They will think it's a joke. I so much thank God for that, my brother, and I'm still very happy. If he's watching this video now, he will know. A brother of mine, he told me, I don't smoke again, because I always fight him over that. He said, no, I don't smoke again. I say, I said, I beg, I don't believe. I didn't believe because it was a very hard thing for him. I say, it's not good for your head. It's not good. Stop it. I will fight him. To some point, I have taken cigarette from him one day and throw it away. But that's how much I love him, because I really love him. He knows. He will just, okay, I will fight. Don't smoke, So happy when he started me. And when he was telling me I refused, he said, no. He said, my sister, I did. I said, then what happened? How manage? I said, this one, I'll go and do Thanksgiving. I was joking. Then he said, I could not imagine when I couldn't believe my eyes when my son picked it and put it in his mouth exactly, and he said that was where it dawned on me. And I said, God, no way, I will never do this. He said that was where he said, no. At his little age, he said at his tender age, he was doing it. He said, because he's always seen me doing it. When he said that, I said, I said, this shows that you are a good father. I said, because for you to have noticed it at all, and you take a changing step instantly, it shows that you're a good father. I said, then God will surely perfect everything. I was so happy. He said, yes, so he said, even me myself, I am happy that today I don't smoke. He said, my child taught me that. You see what? At a small age, because that is what he sees his father's doing. So he was doing it. If you're a mother that abuses your husband in the presence of your children, let me tell you, you are teaching your daughters to always abuse their father or their husband they will marry tomorrow, and don't have respect or regard for them. I'm telling you. If you're a man that maltreats his wife, that's what you'll be passing. That's the seed you are sowing into your children. And you think you are not doing them any bad. You are not sowing it on them. You do it in their presence, doesn't mean they should go and do it. You think it's easier like that? It's not easy like that. They will go and do what they saw you do. That's why you see some parents. I'm ashamed sometimes when my father married 5, so if I marry 10, it's not a problem. Brother, I don't know what to advise you, but I will say advise yourself, please. With love from my heart, though, I come in peace. So, how do we live? What do we do in the presence of our children? Ask yourself. Take time to digest this word. I came in peace. I am not here to scandalize anybody because I am still learning. And you need to learn, and you are learning, I believe. Because everybody is learning to know to take care of their children. Because if anybody tell you, I'm the best parent to my children, is a lie. Nobody. We all might be lacking in one way or the other, but it is better we are lacking in one way or the other than to be lacking in almost all the ways. At least if you are lacking 5% or 10 is okay. Not you will just be the way you are lacking is more than where you are not lacking. That is what you should never do. You should never allow it. At least the positive impact you are able to make in your life, in the life of your children, should be more than the negative side of you. Let the positive part of you impacted them with be more than the negative part they will ever get from you. So that when they stand tomorrow or they want to talk of their father or mother, people will say they are right. Even before they say, people will be there to say, she's coming from a, he is coming from a, like, for instance, we today, there are sometimes I don't feel bad to talk about where I'm coming from. Because why? The moral standard was there. And every time we try to keep it. So many times I'm very jealous. I jealously guide it. I'm telling you. I jealously guide it. I tell them, hey, if you know this thing, my father never did it, don't. At least you should be doing more of the good things he did. In short, if I see the wrong side Papa did, which there are also, maybe sometime I'm going to tell you also the wrong side, maybe as time goes on. I'm always here, at least because there was also some areas of my dad I didn't like and I never liked. I never liked those areas of him. So I'll also talk about them someday in another video. So try late, but the positive parts were more. And that should be what you should impart to your children. The positive side of you should be more than the negative side of you that you should impart your children with. Okay, with the love from my heart, I make this video, and please, I don't want you to take this video personal. I want you to take it as as a little understanding from a sister and a friend, and learn and apply it. Study yourself, know if you are up to, at least, and check yourself to know, am I imparting my children well? Am I imparting my son or my daughter well as a mother, as a father? Don't take it personal, okay? Because if not, when tomorrow you are finally growing old, they are behaving in some certain way, it will be more broken to your heart. Because why? Because it will be very painful when you start seeing your children behaving the exact way you behaved in your own past when you were a child, when you were a kid. No one is above mistakes, and when you make mistakes, correct them very fast. and God will give you strength. Let me tell you, as you eager every day to be the best parent, to be the best father, to be the best mother, God will always be there to strengthen you. At least we should have the record before God, like God was proud of Abraham, and he said, Abraham, I know that he will teach his sons to walk before me. He will teach his sons to live for me. God was so proud of Abraham. God was so sure of Abraham. And that was exactly what it was. Do you read the story of Isaac? Did you see anything negative about Isaac? All the days of Isaac? No. The days of Isaac, the son of, the son of Abraham, was peaceful. It was so peaceful. It was so unique. Even that of Jacob. Just that Jacob, there was an error through his mother. That was the error of lying and taking the birthright of his brother. Because yes, the brother gave him, he never took it serious, but the mother came and capitalized on that. So it was not even his error, but though he was involved all the same. You understand? So what am I saying? Be a good father. Till I come your way again, I am Ofure from Ofure Center, building a happy home together. I love you. See you again in my next video. Bye. I love you guys. Bye.